when it comes to the cyberspace, social media, you don't share personal information. You share professional information. So I was
Mhm.
looking for a woman that is going to be my mentor, but I searched, I couldn't find any. Challenge that I face, thousands and thousands of women are also going through that. So I was like,
Of
okay,
course.
why not
Okay.
why not bet Cyber Hijabi Tech for women like me?
I think when you teach them from this young age and they're able to take this and grow with, in the future we have safe adult online
Absolutely,
in a matter
absolutely,
of a few years.
absolutely. We have safe adults online.
7% of educators with ICT skills. That is a problem, which means that before we even teach, because who is going to teach the ICT to the kids? It's going to be the teachers. It's not going to be you. At this point, it's not you, it's going to be the teachers, right? But it looks like the teachers themselves are not even trained. They don't have the skills to do that.
It's done
Yes.
virtually. Kids are peer pressured virtually from what they see online, from the kind of content they consume. So when it comes to staying safe online, parents need to take it very serious.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Secure Africa. Millions of Nigerian teenagers have access to the internet. But the question is, are they safe online? We are going to be talking with someone who has created an application, CyberTeenz, that help educate Nigerian teens on digital safety. She is also the founder of Cyber Hijabi Tech, an organization that is helping women across Nigeria to take up careers in cybersecurity, as well as teaching them online safety. So stay with us, and when we come back, we're going to discuss more with the creator of CyberTeenz, as well as the founder of Cyber Hijabi Tech. Africa, hey, 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 Africa, hey. All right, everybody, welcome back. Miriam, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for accepting the invite to join us today and discuss CyberTeenz as well as Cyber Hijabi Tech.
For having me. I always use this opportunity to say thank you to Secure Africa for giving me the opportunity and privilege to come share my story and talk about CyberTeenz and also Cyber Hijabi Tech.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure for us to have you here today. We are going to talk about a lot of things today, right? I wanted us to, I know we're going to be zeroing in today on cyber teens, but I wanted us to also touch on one of the important works that you have been doing, which is Cyber Hijabi Tech, right? Can you just tell us what Cyber Hijabi Tech is and what you do?
All right, thank you so much. So Cyber Hijabi Tech is a platform where we train and mentor women, most especially women from northern Nigeria, cybersecurity, and also we try as much as possible to see how we can be able to help them to be able to get internship and also secure job in the long run. So that's what we focus like we mainly do on cyber hijabi tech.
Wow, that's really nice. That's really nice. What did you think, or how did you come up with this initiative? What made you to think like, hey, it is important for us to get the word out there and try to encourage women and empower them to take up cybersecurity careers or to train to get cybersecurity
All
careers?
right, thank you. So cyber hijabi tech was just born out of challenges and frustration that I faced when I started my journey to cybersecurity. So when I started my journey into
Mhm.
cybersecurity, I was like specifically looking for a mentor, someone that happens to be from my own region, if you understand, and someone that like
Yeah.
specifically a human mentor that's going to mentor me through the cybersecurity path, because we know how burgers I nobody says cybersecurity is one of the niche that is nicheless when it comes to tech skill. So I was
Mhm.
looking for a woman that is going to be my mentor, but I searched, I couldn't find any. So when I was able to understand my journey, when I was able to understand, yeah, the aha moment for me in cybersecurity, and I was able to understand how cybersecurity is, and get to understand my niche. So I decided to bet cyber hijabi tech because for me, I feel like this challenge that I face, thousands and thousands of women are also going through that. So I was
Of
like, okay,
course.
why not
Okay.
why not bet cyber hijabi tech for women like me who wants to just
Oh,
cybersecurity?
that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for women like me who wants to just cybersecurity but are facing this challenge that I faced. So I think yeah, it's going to be like a bridge for them to want to join the cybersecurity ecosystem and also see how they can thrive.
Wow, that's nice. That's an interesting story. I think that was something that really touched you, and I understand looking for a mentor that is going to be a lady just like you, and not finding it. I guess it's a lot of mentors online, women that you can find online, and probably even people from Nigeria, ladies. I know a lot of them that do cybersecurity. Were you looking for somebody that is closer to you, like in person, somebody that you can really see, go and meet physically and talk to them?
Like I was specifically
I
looking
think
for someone that happens to be from the northern part of Nigeria, that come from the north, yeah,
okay, okay.
and understand understand my kind of feelings and understand what I'm through.
That's good. So now you got to where you are, you pass through the challenges, and then you have decided to create a platform that gives other women who are looking for the same thing as you an opportunity to have a mentor. They can come to you, and you probably have other people that you can connect them to, which is very nice. Well, thank you for doing that. Right. So I also know that Cyber Hijabi Tech is also helping to train women as well as create security awareness when it comes to digital safety. What do you think, or why do you think that it is important for women to learn the safe behaviors online, or to learn how to be safe online?
Yes, yes. I think one thing I normally used to say, I think awareness is the first line of defense when it comes to the cyberspace. Where people are aware, they tend to want to protect themselves, and they when they have those strategies or the tips on how to protect themselves, they try as much as possible to see how they can
Mhm.
protect themselves online. And we've come to understand how women are being cyberbullied, whereby their old tweets started resurfacing and people start using it against them. We saw what is happening right now, the current situation that is happening in Nigeria. If a musician that has like she has set the record everybody knows and respects, all because of something that she said, and you see how they are being bashing her and they are resurfacing her tweet that she did like 2 decades ago. Yeah, so you see the reason why women needs to understand, okay, there are some things that I don't have to put out there, how to protect myself, because we will normally tell people cybersecurity is all about when it comes to the cyberspace, social media, you don't share personal information, you share professional information. So just imagine it might be like it's a cruise, but it's going to definitely cause a lot of issues to them. So that's one of the essence of the awareness. We're trying to create awareness for people, most especially women, to understand and be able to know what and what not to put out there. So I think, yeah, that's our focus and how to protect themselves from romance scam, because you see 80%, 70 to 80% of women are the ones that fall for romance scam, because the men don't normally fall for the romance scam. You see, they're the ones falling for the romance scam, and they're the ones falling for sextortion. So I think that was the reason why we try to see as much as possible to make sure that more women are aware on what to do and what not to do on the cyberspace.
Wow, thank you very much for that. That's important work that you guys are doing. That's great work that you guys are doing. What I also wanted to say, the last thing I wanted to ask you before we start talking about CyberTeenz is, what impact have you seen when you since you've started running with this program? How have you seen women reacted? Have you seen an impact?
Yes, like absolutely, absolutely. We've seen impact, though it might not be 100%. Yeah, but we have seen quite some impact, because I think there's a organization that invited me to come talk about cybersecurity awareness for professionals. That's women in
That's great.
engineering, women in engineering here in Kano State, the Kano State branch, and their
Mhm.
their feedback from the session, they were like, "Oh, we never knew this is what like we never knew this was a big deal. We never knew this. We never knew that." And to be sincere, it was something that was I was like, "Okay, this really something that we need to continue," because I felt like, okay, since they are professionals, they already understand some certain
Mhm.
things, and I think maybe that's where we're all getting it wrong. We feel like, so since people are
Yeah,
professional,
but
they understand things.
they know everything.
So yeah, but we see like when you end up having a session with them, then you find out, oh, these people had no idea what is it. So yeah, for so far the feedback I'm getting from those that we even train and mentor, some of them have gotten internship, and some of them were able to even apply for some bigger organization compared to the Cyber Hijabi Tech. So you see, they were able to apply with the knowledge they have from Cyber Hijabi Tech. They were able to apply for that program, and they were successful.
Wow, that's great. That's great. That's great. That's good impact. Let's move on here and let's talk about one of your very important application that you have created, CyberTeenz, right? When I'm looking at this, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, when a teen lays hands to a smartphone, when the teens lays hands to their father or their parents' smartphones or their brother or their older brother or sister's smartphones, the first thing they're excited, right? They're very excited, and the first thing they do is they start going online and they join this crazy online world where no one really cares if somebody is an adult or if they are a kid, right? So once they join this online world, are they safe in there? Right? They don't know. And no one cares if this what these kids are doing. No one cares about them being kids or even them being teenagers, right? So my question to you was, what are some of the biggest online threats facing Nigerian teenagers today?
These things have no cybersecurity knowledge. Like they don't have cybersecurity knowledge and they're on cyberspace. So you see how the threat is, right? So these things are prone to threats and they are very vulnerable online. So I think the things, yeah, when it comes to Nigeria, I think most of the threats that they're facing that they are like exposed to, when we're going to talk about a lot of them when they have phones, they just join how like the gaming app. They want to have the gaming app, and before you know, someone is sending them code. They had no idea which code is it. They have no idea to even verify links. Before you know, they have clicked the links, and before you know, they have like fall for phishing scam. And them, a lot of them also get exposed when it comes to Ponzi scheme.
And when you talk about that, right? I was reading a report today, like you're talking about a report. I was reading a report today by UNICEF, and it's talking about the Nigerian youth population, and it says 70% of Nigerian youth populations lack digital literacy. So they know they don't have any training on when it comes to staying safe online and all that. So, and I was thinking about it today. I was like, how can CyberTeenz, or how is CyberTeenz, this application that you've developed, how can it help bridge this gap for this teenage?
As I said, CyberTeenz
Mhm,
is a gamified learning app for teens, like a gamified learning app where teens go there, learn cybersecurity in a gamified way. They're going to understand the
mhm,
common threat online, how to develop, like how to
mhm,
create a very strong password, safe browsing, and also cyberbullying. So why cyber thing is because I've come across when interacting with teens, understand how they love like they just like game.
mhm.
The teens just like game. And cyber security, we all know how the technical jargons are there. Even with that, we're adults. When you're learning cybersecurity, you know how technical it is. Sometimes when I started my journey, I was like, am I even learning a new language? Of how technical cybersecurity is. So I was like, okay, how can I break this down for teens? Because they
Yes,
are
of
the
course.
next generation, and they are the ones that are going to like dominate the
Mhm.
cyberspace in the nearest future. So how can we make sure that we're able to get them prepared and make sure that they are able to understand the common threats that are online? So that's why we decided, okay, cyber teens for teens, learn cybersecurity in the gamified way, and you earn badges, you get ladders, like there are leaderboards. There are badges that you're going to get after you complete each game, you get a badge. So, and there are also storylines, like there are storylines that you just read to understand some certain kind of things that threat actors do and how you can.
Wow, that's great. That's really great. So when you came up with this initiative, you thought about a game. You said kids love to play games, and when cybersecurity, and like you said, it can be boring for them. sitting in and learning all these jargons that they don't understand, and when you don't even know, it gets boring for them, right? And when you make it a game that they can play and interact with it, they already know how to like playing games, so it becomes a fun thing for them, and by doing that they're learning. That was really a smart thought from you. But how does this, I know you said they earn badges and all that, but how does the app really works? Do they have to create a profile, put in their name? How does the app work?
Yeah, the like you don't have to even create a profile. When you just get the link, what you just do, you just like okay, sign up. Like it's not like really sign up because we don't well, we all like we all after security. We don't collect your email, we don't get anything from you. What you just do is that you just give it your your
Hmm.
hero, your cyber hero name, and then you put in your age and the age to since it's for teens to understand how you can be able to navigate it. So you put in your age and then you choose your superhero badge. So when you're choosing your superhero badge, you're going to have access direct to the app. So that's how it works. So and as you work as the let's say you just like the where you stop, if you go to come back, you're going to continue from where you stop. You don't need to go back again.
Okay. So when you guys decided that, like you say, it was a privacy thing because you guys are trying to teach them about cyber awareness and safety. So you decided that there was no need for you to create an app where kids will come and give their first name and their last name, and then all of a sudden you start collecting their date of birth and collecting all this information, which then
Absolutely.
defeats the purpose of privacy, right? So it's just like,
Absolutely.
hey, what type of name do you like to be called? So no, the kids are not really giving their information, their personal information on,
Absolutely.
or putting
Absolutely.
their personal.
Yes.
That was thoughtful. That was
So we
thoughtful.
after the
So
privacy
like.
of the kids, we have after the privacy of the kids. We don't want anything that is going to like like anything that's going to link the kids to the app. So as you just come, you just
Mhm,
giving us your username, your superhero username that you want to use, and then the
mhm.
age. And the age too, I think we're even trying to see maybe we can just remove the age because we're trying to know how because it's somehow sensitive, so that when
Yeah,
yeah, we're trying to see how we can just remove the age. We just have the only superhero name.
and then they are good to go. They are off to playing the game.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So what are some of the activities that are inside the game, the gaming platform or application? What are some of the things that they do in there?
There's this where you have to go through some adventures. The
Hmm.
adventure, that's the story, and then you have able to have the password builder, how you can be able to build a very strong password for every app. Because from the story, that's when we start getting how the game is going to be played. So it was an adventure of Alex that was like he was playing the game and his game got hacked and he don't know how to do it. So we like okay, superhero just came to tell him, okay, this is how you are going to create a very strong password. And he told me, okay, you put number, put latest, put characters, and it makes it to be very strong and unique. So yeah, that's one of the
Wow.
adventure. Then we have the cyberbullying, the cyberbullying defender. So you understand how bullies how they treat people and you as an individual, how you're going to protect and how you're going to not support that cyberbullying. And we have I think the safe browsing. Understand the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. How you can be able to understand how hackers also like social engineering. There's social engineering there because for it's talking about when someone just told you, okay, hey, congratulations, you've won a game, you've won an iPad. Click to claim, uh, click to claim. So it's going to tell you, okay, no, this is how hackers does. They try to like tell you something that is too good to be true. If you know you are not part of anything, don't click. So these are just few of what is inside the game. So yeah,
Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot of activities. You're teaching them cyberbullying. You're teaching them how to identify, not to be a participant in cyberbullying. You're teaching them um, how to create strong password, how to tell what a safe website is and what is not. And all those things are really important. I think when you teach them from this young age and they're able to take this and grow with, in the future we have safe adult online.
Absolutely,
in a matter
absolutely.
of a few years.
Absolutely. We have Safe Adults Online, and we're going to also have them having that curiosity that they want to learn cybersecurity as a career path because they already understand the basics of cybersecurity.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really an impact. And how do you measure impact when you do this? How do you measure the impact that the app has been producing to children? Is it by seeing them come back and do the same, or is it by them talking to you, reaching out?
All right, so that we have a feature whereby the kids,
Mhm.
those that were participating, where we like
Mhm.
put out a competition among them to see who
Oh,
understands. So questions will be coming out, and they will be answering the question. Let's know the person that has the much questions answered, so that we understand what this person understand. He went through the game. You understand the game. So that's one of the feature that is inside the app, and we're trying to because we just noticed that more organizations are going for cybersecurity awareness, and they just do
mhm.
the normal. Okay, we shared this, we talked about this case, and then there is no. They don't measure the kids to understand whether they even understand the awareness that was taking place. So that feature is also going to help them to see how they can be able to like test and understand if these kids really understand what's the awareness that we brought to them. So they just like join the game among the kids. They will join the game, and when they join the game, so they'll compete. Though we don't call it competition. We just say, okay, they'll just join the game to understand. Yeah, we really understand what we were really taught about.
That's really great. That's great impact. So let's move on and talk a little bit about. It's not only about an application. CyberTeenz is only you're also doing in-person conferences. You are going to schools and you are teaching these kids in person about safety online, about all these behaviors that they can adopt when they access online applications or when they do go play games online, right?
Yeah.
What happens when you walk into a school?
So we normally go to school, teen schools, secondary schools. Yeah, we call it secondary schools. We go to secondary
Yeah.
schools to take that awareness to them, where we hereby train the kids on cybersecurity awareness, tell them how to stay safe on the cyberspace. So a lot of time there are schools that when we go to them, they're trying to be like, okay, what do you bring for us? You understand the kind of skills.
Mhm.
There are community schools
Mhm.
that want you to give them
Yeah.
something when you were the ones that brought something for them. So we go to community schools.
Their kids.
Yeah, so we go to community schools, and sometimes we go to private school. I think we gone to two private schools last year, and we went to like three community schools and a university, a tertiary university, whereby we go there and train them. So one thing that some communities from some schools from the communities at first they don't understand what we brought for them. Is after
Yeah.
the awareness that they'll be like, okay, this thing you people just it just happened to me yesterday. This thing
Oh.
yesterday, and they'll be like, okay, thank you for coming. We really appreciate. So yeah, and some schools we have already like established that relationship with them. Sometimes we're going, we just go to do the normal formals. We're coming tomorrow, but since we used to go there, they have to give us like months. There are schools that are optional, they have not even returned to us. Tell us because we took
Yeah.
letters to them that we are coming, but up to now they have not even given us access to have. They have not given us like a feedback to have access to those schools. So I think that
Mhm.
was the things they were facing since we started the project of CyberTeenz.
That's great. That's great, and I'm happy to hear that kids are receiving it with so much joy, right? I mean, they are happy that you're coming to tell them this, and once you tell them, once you educate them, they can even just recognize that, oh, this happened to me the next day or yesterday, and they're like, okay, then this is adding value, right? So when you go to these schools, are parents involved, or is it just about the teens and in school?
So like there are schools that we go, the kids has no, like they don't have those devices. So we are
Yeah.
like indirectly we are passing the message to the parents through the kids, through the teens.
Okay.
Because of these things, their parents already have access to phone, they are into internet banking, they understand
Mhm.
everything. So these things,
Mhm.
when they learn, what we have, like the awareness we took to them, the cybersecurity awareness, how to detect
Mhm.
phishing, how to detect smishing. They go back home, go tell their parents, and when they tell their parents, sometimes they are the ones that even when they see some image, some phishing link, they tell the parent, ah, this is phishing link. I know of it. I've been taught in the during the awareness. So that's one
Yeah.
thing about it. Yeah,
Wow, that's good. That's good. It's good that parents are also getting involved, and by doing, if parents are involved, then obviously they will help. It helps the kids too because their parents are
absolutely. Yeah,
interested and the kids are interested. Then it helps the parents as well. So I want to talk about teachers too, but this should not be just a training that happens one time and then we forget about it. This is something that has to continuously happen, right?
yeah,
Not just a one-off thing. It should be continuous. So I was looking at the same UNICEF report that we were talking about earlier, and it was talking about it. This is a report from 2025 on Nigeria, a UNICEF report, and it was saying like less than 75% of teachers are equipped with basic information communication technology skills in Nigeria. Is this a problem to have this continuous education and awareness on the kids to teach them about digital safety, being online, or online behaviors that could probably lead to exposure of your privacy and all that?
yeah. Like if, like for me, if I have like that superpower, it would be something that I would tell the federal government to inculcate cybersecurity as a course in the curriculum of every secondary school in Nigeria. Because I think yes, last year it happened and they were able to put it into like it was part of the curriculum of, I think, is it last year or this year? Cybersecurity was part of the subject for secondary schools, because we need to start teaching these kids, not just coming to do a one-off thing. It's not going to be sustainable. I think that's one thing that we normally used to get wrong, because you okay
Mhm.
wants to do cybersecurity awareness, wants to train people, irrespective of whether if it's cybersecurity or any skill. You just go there and teach them people once without going back and like doing a refresher training. It's just like you
Yeah.
just go there, just say what you want to say, the normal talk, and the people forget about it.
Because it's you do it once, and I mean that's how a human is, right? You have to do it multiple times for someone to really get it,
To
or
understand.
for to answer, yeah, to understand, and also to answer some of the questions that they may have had, right? And
Absolutely,
then for
absolutely.
it to also stick. So if you do it one time and you don't come in 2 years or in 3 years, I mean, I don't know how it helps them that much. But let's say you guys go train today, and then after that, the teachers have again another class with them in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, then it start making sense and it starts sinking and they start adopting those behaviors. So before you even talked about you thinking that the federal government should incorporate cybersecurity as part of the curriculums, I was about to ask you whether you really think that the government is doing enough to help in pushing out these cybersecurity awareness and also this digital safety to kids and to secondary schools.
Yeah, like yeah, I think I had a discussion with some of the people that work with the National Institute
Hmm.
for the Digital Development Technology. We call them NITDA. So they have a department of in the organization. They have a department of
Okay.
cybersecurity education for teens. So I think yeah, they have a cybersecurity department for teens. So I think though
Hmm.
we have this D for all, digital for all, where they go to market, they go to schools, and those in the camp, in the NYC camp, they try to like tell them about the basic
Hmm.
cybersecurity best practice. So yeah, I think so far though, what I'm seeing though, so far though, is the government are trying to see how they can be able to like make sure that everybody is the teams understand the cybersecurity best practices and understand cybersecurity. But as we said, it's never enough, because there needs to have a partnership between the
Yeah.
government and the private sector to see how they can be able to like
Yeah, and
see
you
how they can be
you
able
have
to
been
carry a
an
lot of
example for
things
that in terms
along.
of the government having a partnership with the private sector. If they have a partnership with you, you're already experienced, you already know how these things work, so you can then come in and train kids, and it could be more often than just a one-off in a year, and that would probably bridge the gap, because at this point, when we're talking about the educators themselves, having less than 47% of educators with ICT skills. That is a problem, which means that before we even teach, because who is going to teach the ICT to the kids? It's going to be the teachers. It's not going to be you. At this point, it's not you. It's going to be the teachers, right? But it looks like the teachers themselves are not even trained. They don't have the skills to do that. So it probably is not even going to start from the kids. To even incorporate that in the curriculum of this year, it has to start with teachers getting trained so that they can then transfer that knowledge to students.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think that's why I say it's everybody responsibility. Cybersecurity is everybody responsibility, respective of whether you are in the tech ecosystem or not in the tech ecosystem. And if the government really, really wants to like implement, because I know the curriculum just had, like the report comes when we saw the curriculum last year or this day, we saw cybersecurity on it, but we have no idea whether the schools have started implementing it. Because cybersecurity, I think when I even started, a lot of people were like, "What's even cybersecurity? Like, what's cybersecurity?" No, up north here, they
Mhm.
were like, "What's cybersecurity?" Because they have no idea what cybersecurity. I think that's why you
Yeah.
see in the up north, those that are into cybersecurity are not much. We're still like handpick, handpick. So I had no idea. I've not gone there, and for them to be able to make sure that the implement the cybersecurity into the curriculum, that means the teachers needs to be trained. As you said earlier, it's the teachers that are going to train the kids, not somebody that is going to come out from outside to come and teach the kids. So it's not going to be possible, except they are going to get like a
That
part-time
that that
teacher
that
that
would
will
be
be coming
important
once
if the
in a
kids are
week.
trained, right? And I wanted also to we're talking about parents, right? What do you think that parents can take from tonight's conversation? These conversations that we're having. What do you think parents can take from this conversation to talk to their kids about, or to tell their kids about online safety?
All right, so we know these kids, the Gen Zs, we call them the Gen Z. They are very smart and they are exposed. Like a lot of kids are exposed to the internet without. There are places that they go that the kids, that the parents don't even have idea of those places. I talked about a lot of kids that go online and do all sort of things without the parents' knowledge, and the parent will feel like, okay, it's just online. If I give them the phone in the next 1 hour, I'm going to collect the phone, which they have no idea. They need to start monitoring what the kids are doing. So I think there is this platform. Someone was like, I could not recall the platform. He was like, please, parents, try as much as possible to understand. Go to that platform and understand how that platform works. Go to that platform and understand how kids there post, how kids there make some certain comments there. Because right now we are no longer in the age whereby they will tell you that the peer pressure happens physically. Peer pressure no longer happens
Oh
physically, it's now
yes,
virtually. Kids are peer pressured virtually from what they see online, from the kind of content they consume. So when it comes to staying safe online, parents needs to take it very serious. They should understand how the kids behave online, and they should understand them too should also know the simple basic cyber security best practice for them to able to protect their kids,
that's
because
true.
it
That's
is
true.
their kids. They
You're
have to
saying
do
that I
that.
was reading a book a few days ago, and it was talking about food and putting it in a very funny way. It was like everything you see, food is not only what goes to your mouth. What you see is food is feeding your eyes. What you hear is feeding your ears. And these kids, what they see online feeds their brain. And what is the result of that? Right? The result of that can either be negative or positive. If they are
Absolutely.
fed with good things, they are going to have it's going to be a
Absolutely.
positive outcome. If they are fed with wrong
Positive.
negative stuff, the outcome is going to be negative, right? So let's say that there are people right now that probably do not have access to your application, and I think that people should have
Absolutely.
access to it because it's available to everyone, right? And they can go online and download CyberTeenz, or if kids can download and play the game. Not only people who are in Kano State. It could be used everywhere, actually, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, though we're not on
Okay.
Apple Store yet. We're not. It's a web app. Like right now, it's a web app.
Hmm.
But though we're working towards seeing how we can be able to make it to become a mobile app. Because I think
Yeah.
80% of 90% kids they normally go for mobile. So that's what we work with. I'm working like we're working towards that. So to see how it can be
Okay.
on Google Play
Okay.
Store, where they can go there, install it, and just use it. But for right now, it's on Google. It's on web app. We need to like you need to get the link before you can be able to have access to the app.
So, what three habits would you tell a teen that's listening to us now that doesn't have access to the application to learn to play with the app, with your application and all? What three habits would you tell them to take from this conversation in order to be safe online?
So one thing I would say is like they should think twice before clicking on any link because those
Okay.
link not all links that are out there that are genuine. Some are for malicious purpose, and they should not share too much online in case they have access to their parent phone or they have access to their own phone. They should not share too much online. They should stop, think, and ask themselves, this thing I'm trying to put out there, is it going to cause problem to me or my family? Yeah, if you answer the correct, if your answer is yes, so please don't. And the last thing is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is actually real. They should make sure that they do not partake in any cyberbullying and they should not support bullies. They try as much as possible to see how they can be able to protect themselves, the loved ones, from cyber criminals. Yeah, and the last thing is that they should not support cyber bullies and they should not be bullies because it affects cyberbullying is real. The consequences and the effects are really they are real because a lot of time kids tend to be more reserved and they tend to want to like bring out their inner goddess in them because of a bully. So they should not partake in bullying and they should not support any bullies.
Wow. All right. Thank you. I hope they hear that. And if the kids are not listening to this, the parents can take it back and also teach their kid these things. Right. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
what does success look for you in 5 years when it comes to cyber teens? Is it something you are looking to scale across Africa? I mean, when you do go to like Play Store or Apple Store, you should have it worldwide, right?
Absolutely. Like one thing for me, I normally tell people that I want to be that rich that would make other things succeed. That's one thing about me. That's my mantra. I want to be that rich. So for me, in the next 5 years, at least a million kids, like a million teens, should be able to have access to cyber teens and be able to say, okay, yeah, they're able to protect themselves and their loved ones from cyber criminals.
Okay, everyone, thank you for listening to us today. We have come to the end of this session of this wonderful conversation. And Miriam, thank you very much for coming to share this with us. We really appreciate you coming and sharing the cyber teens, your vision, your dream, and also the empowerment you're doing for ladies out there to join cybersecurity and the awareness you're giving to the kids out there. Thank you very much for joining us today.
All right, thank you so much for having me, and thank you to Secure Africa. And looking forward to see what we can achieve together with Secure Africa. I just went through their page and I saw, yeah, we have some quite similar things for African things and
Yeah, thank you very
African
much. And we hope you come
people.
back
So
one
thank you
day
so
and
much
let's
for
see
having me.
how far cyber teens have gone. Yeah, thank you. And everybody, thank you again for being with us today. If you do like the conversation that we had today, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so that when we upload new content, you will be notified. Again, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in another episode of Secure Africa. Bye.